Hey everyone, we're wrapping up another great year here at the Assyrian Policy Institute. But before we officially wrap up for 2021, we wanted to look back and celebrate some of our biggest achievements this year. So much has happened in the last 365, and it was definitely difficult for our team to narrow it down. But here are 21 highlights from 2021. 1. We successfully advocated for an amendment to the fiscal year 2022 National Defense Authorization Act that was passed into law a few weeks ago. This amendment, sponsored by Congressman Brad Sherman, addresses critical matters related to security, governance, and humanitarian assistance affecting Assyrians in the Nineveh Plain in northern Iraq. It also is our biggest legislative win since the API's founding. 2. Our team helped secure 14 new co-sponsors for House Resolution 550, led by Congressman Josh Harder, which recognizes the Assyrian genocide. To date, this is the highest number of U.S. representatives that have taken a stand for recognition of the Assyrian genocide. 3. Throughout the year, we met with senior U.S. officials at the White House, National Security Council, Department of Defense, and State Department to press for changes to the status quo policies and systems that stand in the way of a future for Assyrians in their homeland. 4. We met with a total of 74 congressional offices this year at both the member and staff levels to discuss issues of concern to the Assyrian American community and connected Assyrian Americans to their senators and representatives. 5. We published a groundbreaking report documenting the dates and locations of Turkish airstrikes in areas inhabited by Assyrians in northern Iraq across a period of 1 year. It was the first comprehensive report documenting the decade-long issue. 6. We launched our volunteer program, through which individuals now have the opportunity to increase their working experience, knowledge, and skills while helping advance the rights of Assyrians. Our team has since grown to include more than 50 international volunteers. 7. We documented the systemic oppression of Assyrian voters in Iraq and the exploitation of the minority quota system in the recent Iraqi parliamentary elections. Our data and analysis has been cited by government officials and experts alike. We also met with UN, US, European, and Iraqi officials to push for fundamental reform to protect the Assyrian rights to representation. 8. We launched our new action center, through which we mobilized thousands of Assyrian Americans and allies nationwide to write their representatives on key issues affecting Assyrians. 9. We adapted to the challenges presented by the COVID pandemic and held 2 virtual action weeks, the first in March and the second in August, bringing together advocates, activists, students, community leaders, and many others committed to advancing the rights of Assyrians as part of a coordinated campaign. 10. Our work received a significant amount of media coverage this year, with features in major outlets such as Newsweek, The Economist, Foreign Policy Magazine, and Al Jazeera, among others, raising the visibility of the Assyrian community and broadening understanding of the Assyrian issues. 11. We got verified on Twitter. Make sure to follow us at Assyrian Policy. 12. We became a member organization of the Alliance Against Genocide, which is a global coalition dedicated to creating the international institutions and political will to prevent genocide. 13. We defended the rights and freedoms of Assyrian journalists, working closely with groups like the Committee to Protect Journalists to address violations of free speech and other issues committed against Assyrian media outlets and independent journalists. 14. We successfully advocated for greater recognition of August 7th as Assyrian Remembrance Day, also known as Assyrian Martyrs Day, at the federal, state, and local levels throughout the United States. 9 members of Congress issued statements in observance of this day, which is more than we have ever seen before, in addition to the statements from dozens of state legislators and local government councils. 15. We helped advance Assyrian genocide recognition in the state of Illinois, home to one of the most visible Assyrian diasporas in the world, and successfully advocated for the introduction of Senate Joint Resolution 21 in the Illinois State Legislature, which recognizes the Assyrian genocide. 16. We took on a number of public speaking engagements on various topics affecting Assyrians, including panels hosted by our colleagues at the Armenian National Committee of America, YASDA, and Genocide Watch. 17. We also hosted several virtual events of our own, such as the panel discussions on the devastating fire in the Nala Valley following Turkish airstrikes over the summer, and more recently, our first in-person event since 2019, the Assyrian Women's Leadership Brunch. 18. We coordinated a congressional screening of the Assyrian short film Grace, which tells the story of an Assyrian father in Mosul who tries to protect his daughter from ISIS by teaching her to play hide and seek. 19. We helped advance discussions on the establishment of an accredited Assyrian language course to be offered as a world language in public high schools throughout Illinois, and recently met with the Illinois State Board of Education to this end. 20. We met with USAID to emphasize the need for revised policies and the need for continued targeted assistance for Assyrians and other minorities in Iraq. Similarly, we met with key aid organizations operating in Jordan, Lebanon, and Turkey to emphasize the unique needs of Assyrian refugees in these countries. And lastly, number 21, we helped establish the first ever. Oh wait, we can't talk about that yet, but there's some really exciting news coming your way in the next few weeks. We have done a tremendous amount of work this year, none of which would have been possible without you. On behalf of our entire team, thank you for supporting, donating, for sharing our work, and for taking action with us this year. We look forward to the impact we will make together in 2022. Have a safe and very happy New Year.